How will you support student comprehension and understanding? So again, this is where all of the 5 E's are going to come into play. So as we ask ourselves, when we're thinking about explain and lecturing, how can we come up with other ways that students can comprehend and understand? And then action and expression. How do you vary methods for response and navigation? That means, how can you gather all the different types of responses from your students? How can you support your students in navigating through the lesson? What multiple tools do you use for expression and communication? Is it PowerPoint? Is it Google Docs? Is it Pear Deck? Are you using audio and video recording? And are you using writing, reading, and other ways that students can express their knowledge? And how will you help students monitor their progress? This is what's most important, because Zaretta Hammond talks about this as self-regulation and independent learners. We need to foster that sense of independence in student learning and to have them take ownership. All right, so now what about anti-racism and justice-centered pedagogy? Where does it all fit in? So when you think of, so this is the overlay, go ahead and take a screenshot, do what you need to do. This is the overlay of how the frameworks align with each other. And we're going to look at an example of what that looks like. So let's now go into the 5 E's. Engage is our introduction of the phenomenon, and we'll dig deeper into what that phenomenon can look like. When you engage with the phenomenon, those are all your opportunities for engagement in UDL instruction. Explore is where you can think of different activities to make sense of the phenomenon. So this could be exploring with different experiments, inquiry-based images, looking at making observations, watching videos, watching demonstrations. So these are those activities that's going to allow for students to make sense of the phenomenon and learn a little bit more. We like to call this activity before content, ABC. And then explain. Notice that the explain comes after all this. So activity before content, this is your content. So this is where students are gaining their informational text. Perhaps they're learning more about conceptual models. They're creating their own conceptual models. This is where they are perhaps obtaining a lecture, vocabulary anchor charts. All of this can come here because this is where they can attach the content to the activities that they just experienced.